So how do we, as educators or as parents or as people trying to get more women into tech, how can we encourage that culture of going into technology?
That's a great question, Beta. And I remember those MS-DOS days. And as I remember my nostalgic memory lane, we used to hang around our computer lab because there was only one computer at home. It's not like we have several devices where each one has access to it. So I used to hang out at my school's computer lab after my school for a couple of hours and get to learn a lot about coding and how things work. So when I connect the dots, the one thing that really stands out is curiosity, curiosity to learn more. That really empowers us to explore STEM. And I have a toddler at home. So as I'm looking at what can I teach him? What can I teach him beyond the alphabets and numbers? I'm looking at how do I incorporate STEM in every aspect of people around me. It's the act of curiosity that really makes people feel that STEM is not something that's not like an elephant in the dark room. It's accessible, it's easy, and it's approachable. That's the kind of mindset shift we need to do as parents, as educators, as teachers to help each one succeed. So planting that seed of curiosity, saying, hey, here's something that we can play around with, and here's the impact it creates for the bigger world. So people know that it's not just a checkbox that you'll have to fill to have a STEM degree because everybody around you is saying that you need to have a STEM degree to get a stable career. But it's more about what can you learn? What can you discover about a lot of these scientific concepts in an easy to understand manner?
So what would you say is an exciting project for somebody who would consider a career in STEM?
There are 5 essential skill sets that I would say for any person who's considering a career in STEM. And that starts right from public speaking. There's an interesting fact that we talk about, which is people fear public speaking. They feel they can go into a coffin but not get onto stage. That's the amount of fear that people have about public speaking. So that should be an exciting project for you, a work in progress in terms of how do you communicate your thoughts in the right manner? How do you get your message across? And that comes through the art of public speaking. The second one being collaboration. And you can think of all these 5 essential skill sets that I'm talking about that you can implement in any project that you're working on. The project could be your own personal development to really position yourself in the STEM space, or any kind of scientific project or a research project that you might undertake going forward. So start with public speaking. The second one being empathy. Something that I really feel has a chance to improve is being more empathetic towards each other as you work on complex challenges at work. And 3 is collaboration. The more you get into STEM careers, you realize that it's not just a one-person show. You need to have a strong team that works together. So you must be in a position to collaborate, have empathy for each other, at the same time communicate what's really happening. And then the fourth aspect is persuasion. Things don't happen just like that. Even if you know clearly who's doing what, there's a lot of persuasion and influence that needs to happen in any aspect of your project. And then the fifth aspect, which I want to talk a little more deeper, is personal branding. There was a recent Gartner report that says that the job descriptions that you see today, 30 to 40% is going to be invalid in the next couple of years. So how do you reskill yourself on a constant basis? You get into STEM space, hey, that's cool, but what are you doing to continue your learning in STEM, developing the different skill sets that are needed to really bolster your career going forward? That's something that you'll have to sow your thought at the back of your mind. And in terms of personal branding, how do you really articulate and position yourself in the STEM space is very important. So people have a lot of myths about this is how a scientist looks, this is how a technology professional looks. Hey, for example, I'm a tech professional, I'm a technology leader, but at the same time, I make sure I share the wisdom that I've learned. At the same time, I position myself as a thought leader. I speak at conferences and events to inspire people to be their best versions, be it in the STEM space, be it in your professional space. So those would be the 5 key factors that you'll have to consider. And I consider myself a project that I'm currently working on.